First, I wanted to say kind of my motive for contacting Michael is once you shoot a couple birds, it is awesome to keep shooting them, but it's hard to keep getting that same crazy level of excitement the very first time you kill a bird. And to take a young person on their first or second or third bird, or especially the first, but it's awesome. I mean, for me, it takes me right back to the first day I killed a bird. I mean, I don't know, it's awesome. I love it. But I'll let Michael tell you a little bit about how it came to be to killing this bird.
So, I think 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting at home and I get a text message comes across my phone and says, "Is you and Josh going hunting with me on the opening day of youth?" And I was already scheduled to be in Virginia. And I said, because it was Mike calling, Mike's a turkey machine, I said yes. I didn't even think about it. I didn't have to sit there and call people, explain to people. I said yes, so that it was locked. And then
we were back with Texas. You're like, yeah, heck yeah, we're there.
I was making sure he knew.
Dead bird.
Yeah. I do the,
We had a pot of turkey stew before we ever killed a turkey, I can tell you that. Exactly. We were all fired up. We were leaving that night, and it was a week away. Let's go right now. We're going to scout for 7-8 days straight. That's
right. Well, I said yes. Then I had to basically call the guy that I'm supposed to be with right now in Virginia and said, man, my kids are first. I love killing turkeys. It's awesome. It's exciting, but, it's something about youth getting them into the sport, and I love that excitement. Nothing compares. So I said, yeah, definitely, hands down, no doubt about it. So we're locked in. Mike shot down here yesterday morning. It was pouring, raining. And Josh actually went to school. We had a half a day. I went to work and jumped out of work. And all we could think about for a while now is turkey. So we shoot down here. We're busting down 70. Mike calls, "Where you at?" I'm at the hotel. And Josh and I was like, "Dude, we're 2 minutes out." So we get to the hotel, and what do you want to do? We went inside as quickly as we can, threw our suitcases on the beds, and we just took off. We went, he hunts this spot, or at least this whole area, and he knows where birds are. Man, we're driving down the street. There's a big strutter in the middle of the street. He's screaming.
Yeah, we're driving.
I'm trying to get my cell phone and get photos of this thing, because we don't see this, very often.
I didn't know to brake or hit the gas. I was like, what?
So last night we're riding around. He's showing us birds. It's just exciting. Well, he says to me, "Listen," he drove down this road here. He said, "I seen yesterday, as soon as it stopped raining or it was drizzling, I seen like 10 birds, 7 toms, right in the corner, right off the road, 15 yards." So we had other spots, and he's got a nice private spot right up the road. Well, we ride around, do some scouting. We're seeing birds, and we're like, let's go knock on that door. And where we're from, knocking on the door can be horrible, them yelling at you. But we do it. We do what we got to do. So we go to the first house, and we pull up in the driveway. And before we can get to the door pops open. And I look at Mike before we got out of the truck. Josh, will tell you, I said,
This is either good or bad.
I said, you talking or Mick?
Yeah.
Because I got to psych myself up,
Yeah.
And I said, you talking or Mick? And he says, it's your son.
Yeah, go for it. Sell him.
Yeah, you.
We were doing the kid pity.
Yeah, you got this. So
this poor boy.
I shoved Josh out in front of me as the youth, rubbed some dirt on his face, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" And
he's homeless, but he wants to kill a turkey. This poor young man.
Introduced myself, and we just talked to him. We said, "Hey, listen, we're scouting out for the youth day tomorrow, and we got this guy right here, and we're trying to get him a bird." And my buddy Mike saw 10 birds this morning, right there. We were wondering if you knew whose property that was, and he was a nice guy. It was a pleasant experience. He said, "That's my property," and he said, "But you're going to have to talk to my brother-in-law." So he turns and points, and he says, "Over that barn, all the way across that hill." So that guy was nice, but you never know what you're going to find at the next house. So we drive over there. We're banging on the door, nothing. We go around the side of the house. We're looking in the windows, nothing. And then we walk all the way across this porch, and we come all the way around back, and the door opens, and the guy pops out, and we said, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" Talked to him for a minute, and it was money, man. The guy said, yeah, no problem. He said, gave us some pointers, told us what he thought, what the birds thought we're doing, and sure enough, man, we knocked on the door, killed this bird. Josh did an awesome job, awesome hit. Mike did awesome calling, man. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna play that footage.
We had a battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that footage into this tape, and him and that hen was.
This bird had, because it had like 7 or 8 hens on it. There was hens all over.
And it was just like 1 or 2 gobbers.
And I knew the only thing we're going to do is get those hens fired up. If we get her leading and dragging them down here, he'll drag him right behind. And well, he did. He definitely was dragging behind.
It worked perfect. What give it from your point of view, Josh. Tell us what you saw.
I just keep hearing Mr. Mike and his head going at it.
Dude, if you could do it.
They were getting closer and closer, and the stick was too low to where we thought they were going to pop over this little log. So I didn't want to screw anything up because I knew they were getting closer and closer, and they were right over this hill, and they were not far. How far were they? About
I'd say it's about 30, 35 yards.
30, 35
about perfect.
yards.
About perfect for sure.
And I see the hen pop her head over, and I see another hen pop her head over, and then I see another hen pop her head over. And the leading hen was in the front. And right behind her, I saw the fan of him just strutting around. And the hen goes over the log, and I see that this gobbler pop his head over. And I was too low, so I just keep replaying in my head, raising the gun. And he goes like this, and I aim it right at his head, and I go, boom.
Yeah. Watch the gun for it. Gun for it. Dude. Give me a gun. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I have never heard anything like that. Oh my God.